I just saw a video by Christoferi, I think it's pronounced. He did a video making too much of the Bible. I think he was dead on, excellent, correct. Uh, and this syncs up with something that just happened to me today. This Jehovah's Witness lady who I work with is trying to tell me about the Bible. Well, Christmas, why do you guys celebrate? It's not in the Bible. And to that, who cares? As if there's not Christian tradition after that, but for them there's not. And it's a dead, soulless organization, the Watchtower organization. We need to see that in it. But they have enough heresies. So I'm just going to mention that and move on. If you look at the Buddhists, most practicing Buddhists don't run back to their scriptures. You know, they have them. You know, they have Pali Canon, they have what's written in Sanskrit. The life of the Buddha, sometimes lives of the Buddha. And they continue on. I mean, meditation for them is the key. And some of their Dharma and works, that's also part of it. I guess the Four Noble Truths and the Eightfold Path are what really encapsulate everything. Which Christianity and the Protestant Reformation, not so much even the Protestant Reformation, pretty much something that began about 150 years ago in America when people said, all right, that's it, the Bible. And there had been so much bickering about the Bible in different sects, the Baptists, Methodists, Lutherans, and then came along Pentecostals, and that everybody just had to pick the Bible and just start arguing. And I think it's one of the strengths of the Roman Catholic Church, even though I disagree with many things they believe, many things they do, the way they're set up. A lot of their theology, some of it is actually dangerous. They were totally correct. They stayed out of it. They're like, that's them, we have our thing. If you want our thing, come to us. The Orthodox Church did that too. And yeah, the Bible, what pagans can read the Bible, atheists can read the Bible. And they can do it for good reasons too. I mean, to know Western history, you have to, that's one of the base texts. You can't really get anything in these great works of literature, especially Shakespeare, without knowing the Bible, with King James specifically, you know. But the main focus of Christians, and this might shock people, is prayer and meditation. The Bible tells us to meditate. It also tells us to fast. In the Christian tradition, we're given the seasons to fast. And a lot of Protestants just pass that up as if they're not part of this 2,000 year, or actually more if you're counting it starting at Mary and the birth of John the Baptist and stuff like this, 2,000 year stretch. Christianity, of the practice that would develop, that would be called Christianity. I'm not even going to go into the necessity of the creeds right now, but why not have a living walk? Why not pray? Why not have a very mystical life? There's a very beautiful book called The Way of the Pilgrim. This guy just says the Jesus Prayer. And I believe it's an abbot told him to do it. It starts off something like 1,000 times a day. Does it? Such a deep meditation. He takes his mind off the world. It's the repetition of the words. He just gets such pleasure. That's awesome. I'm going to do it 10,000 times. He's going where he just, these deep forms of meditation can really, I don't have another word, blessing for you. It can be just such a joy. Christians lose that. I went into I guess you'd call it an emergent church type situation, very charismatic. All they did was play rock music, and they called that worship. Their worship team was a rock band, basically. And then I go over to this house for these life group things, they're called. And they said, "Oh, we're going to do some worship." And this is when I was an atheist, specifically Satanist. Which I didn't worship the devil. That's not what Satanism. That's not what LaVeyan Satanism is. And if anybody hears, any LaVeyan Satanists hears about this, they're, oh, you weren't. Okay. They turned on their iPod that was connected to speakers and just started swaying back and forth like this, you know, with their hands up, really, with these really weird looks on their face, just swaying back and forth, and some of them were huddled like this and just rocking back and forth. What? Are you kidding me? These are people who don't just who don't say, "Oh, you don't just have to say the Lord's Prayer." These people who are kind of adamantly against it. Somebody who would pray the Rosary, specifically talking about the Catholic Rosary. They probably don't even know what the Orthodox Chakti is, but as if meditative prayer or prayer from the heart can only be, you sputtering out all your words. It can't be words from even the Book of Common Prayer that they have. They probably don't even know about it, or, why can't saying the Lord's Prayer be, heartfelt and deep? And why can't you truly have the Holy Spirit? Why always run back to the Bible? Shouldn't you get on with your day? I mean, I can understand using the Bible as, injecting it into prayers and liturgy and stuff like that. But for a Christian, what's the need to bicker about the Bible? If you're fighting cults, Mormons, Jehovah's Witnesses, then yeah, by all means. And if you're doing, in-depth study, okay. But I think that Christoferi guy's dead on. You're looking in a book when you could be looking at God. And remember, the Bible isn't the Word of God. Jesus Christ, God the Son, is the Word. So I think this guy's dead on. Thank you.